Kia ora, Bronson Perich. Welcome to the Chrysalis. Had a great weekend. I hope you did too. Um, Recently, in fact today, I dropped this video about Bitcoin's Aotearoa. I'm sorry I got the name wrong. It is Bitcoin's Aotearoa, not Aotearoa Bitcoin. And in the video, I made an analysis of the business structure. And what I came to the conclusion of was that Bitcoin's Aotearoa exploits a legal loophole to create a legal pyramid scheme. It does that by encouraging people to donate into the scheme, and then you solicit donations from other people and you show them how to solicit donations from other people. Now, here's the thing. The premise established by the Commerce Commission in New Zealand law is that any business in which the primary source of income is derived by signing people up to a scheme as opposed to selling goods and services is, by legal definition, not my definition, legal definition, it's a pyramid scheme. Why doesn't that apply to Bitcoin's Aotearoa? Simple. Because they are trading in cryptocurrencies. They're not asking for money, like fiat currency. They're not asking for US, New Zealand dollars. No. They're asking for, hey, shout out to, can't really see who you are, but shout out, hey, thanks for watching. What they're doing is that they're encouraging people to donate Bitcoin to the sponsor, and then you become a sponsor, and then you get people to donate Bitcoin to you, and so forth, and so forth. I've been on their website today just to recheck. I can confirm that there is literally nothing for sale on Bitcoin's Aotearoa. They sell no products. They sell no services. So as far as I'm concerned, by definition, they would be a pyramid, except for the one fact that people are not donating fiat, they are donating crypto. And because our laws aren't up to date in terms of crypto, they get away scot-free. Now, does that mean it's a scam? Hard to tell. As I said on my previous video, it's not a good idea for me to tell people to withdraw their money. Look, if you've put money into it, or if you've put your crypto into it, hey, that's you, hey aha, you know. But me personally, I will not be joining the scheme. And the reason being is that I don't need to make money by getting other people to give me Bitcoin. If you have Bitcoin and you want to sell it to me, you know, if it's in my budget, I will buy it, and if the price is good. You know, I don't need you to sign up to a scheme. I'll just, it's really simple. You know, you give me money, and I give you coin. Or I give you money, you give me coin. No scheme required. Right? Now, I'm hoping that maybe I can try and find the founders of Bitcoin's Aotearoa and bring them onto our crypto group, that crypto corridor, and have a bit of a corridor with them just to see where they're at. Because I think that they're very smart, and I think that while I personally would not be investing into the scheme, I can see why people would want to be part of it. Now, the thing that really concerns me about it is that it is all based on the premise that Bitcoin is going to be worth a lot of money one day. And I've seen people solicit into Bitcoin's Aotearoa making claims that Bitcoin is going to be worth X amount of dollars. And in fact, I attracted a hater today. It was funny. I put out my first video on the Facebook group, and oh man, this lady came at me just like online screaming, right? All caps, no coherency, really bad spelling. I'm going to put some screenshots up of it later on, and so you can see, because as a person who is part of a legitimate and legal MLM, that's right, remember I am an Amway, right? She was a disgrace. The way that she treated us, now I wasn't offended, I wasn't hurt. I was just sad for her, because it's obvious she doesn't know how to build an MLM business. Because if she did, she would have said something like, hey, you know, I've watched all of your video, there are a few points that I disagree on, I'd like to give you some information. Would you be open to reading this information? Because I think that if you read this information, you will see that your conclusions are incorrect. Hey, and I would have had no problem with that. You know, because here's the thing, right? If someone want to drop some knowledge on me, I'm all for the learning. And if I've made, you know, because what we do on Facebook and what we do on YouTube is all public, if I'm going to call out a certain group of individuals about a certain thing and then they tell me and they provide evidence that I am incorrect, ka'aha, hei aha tērā, you know? I mean, what's the point in being whakahihi and arrogant and not admitting that you're wrong? Right? And so I asked her, I was like, hey, so I only got one question. Does Bitcoin's Aotearoa sell any goods or services? And then she didn't say what the goods or services actually were. She said, we sell Bitcoin. Now, I went on the Aotearoa, the Bitcoin's Aotearoa website. There is nothing on there that mentions selling Bitcoin. In fact, what it asks you is to donate Bitcoin to your sponsor. Now, as far as I mean, that's false representation. Whoever your upliners, Nawai Hohapeta, if that's your real name, you know, whoever your upline is, man, they either need to retrain you or you need to stop giving false information. Because I've been on your website and there is no evidence at all to show that Aotearoa Bitcoins or Bitcoins Aotearoa sells anything. If there is evidence, you give me a link, I will gladly post it for all the world to see. I'm waiting. It ain't gonna happen. Because it ain't there. I looked. In fact, I looked twice just to make sure. So, this is how, look, if you're gonna be trying to building an MLM, there are some people that aren't gonna be down with your MLM. Right? And what it boils down to is ignorance. A lot of people hate on MLM because of all the clowns. Clowns like Nawai Hohapeta that want to talk crap instead of talking truth. You know, instead of offering to give me some evidence to show that I made some incorrect assumptions online, she just want to come at us all angry. But hey, the Bible says, man, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. I should have known. I didn't think that I was going to get a hater so fast. But hey, it is what it is. The way that you counter the pyramid argument when it comes to MLM is that you show how your MLM meets the legal definition of a legal MLM in your country. Whenever people come at me and say to me that Amway is a pyramid scheme, and the first question I say to them is, hey man, okay, so what do you mean by pyramid? And they will always say, oh, you know those schemes where you sign people up, or be like, no, I don't know what you mean. Tell me more, or tell me what you mean, so that I can understand what you mean. And they'll often answer with things like, oh, you know, you just sign people up to a scheme. And it'll be like, well, what do you mean by that? And again, they won't be able to define it. And I'll say, look, first of all, I want to tell you that pyramids are illegal in New Zealand, right? The Commerce Commission regulate these things, okay? So what I'm about to tell you is common knowledge. You can go on the Commerce Commission website. If you like, I'll give you a link, right? And the Commerce Commission have prepared a pamphlet which you can download for free, which tells you the exact definition of a pyramid scheme. And it is on that definition that I've made the judgment call that I made about Bitcoin's Aotearoa. I didn't, you know, just pull a definition out of my ass. No. I read the legal definition and I used the legal definition to allow people to see for themselves what the kōrero was about. So far, this person has given me no evidence to refute what I have brought. Therefore, I am forced, because bearing in mind, she is a person who is actively trying to recruit people into the scheme. In other words, she is a representative of Bitcoin's Aotearoa. I am forced to conclude that until I can get additional evidence that it's a scam. I didn't want to say it before. In fact, I didn't even say it in my last video. But if that's how Bitcoin's Aotearoa representatives are going to come at me, I'm sorry. Your opportunity is done. Now, bearing in mind, I want to acknowledge a very good person online, TK Lewis. He is a gentleman. If all Bitcoin's Aotearoa recruiters were like TK Lewis, wouldn't have a problem. I could just agree to disagree and just leave you to it. But after this person, I am just going to warn people, stay away from it. I'm sorry, I mean, I've changed my opinion within the matter of a few hours because of a person who is constantly ranting and raving. And and with that in mind, I've made up my mind. My next Kindle book, because remember, the Entrepreneur's Playbook is coming out 1st of November. My next Kindle book is going to be all about Bitcoin. And I'm going to focus on two things. First of all, how to buy and sell crypto, especially for us in New Zealand. And number two, how to spot a scam. Because too many people are losing too much money and they're getting scared. See, our problem here in New Zealand is that because we have a whole lot of financial illiteracy in this country, people invest wrong. We have a whole lot of people that get into large amounts of debt in order to buy property. Why do they get into property? Simple. They see it as a low-risk investment option. Personally, property scares the hell out of me. The idea of putting down, $140,000 to buy a $700,000 house, and then hoping that the house doesn't depreciate. To me, that's too big a gamble. Whereas I have no problem with buying, let's say, $25 worth of Bitcoin, at a certain rate, and then watching the value of that $25 appreciate, and then selling that Bitcoin for $35, $40. I've got no problem with that. Because here's the thing. I mean, you can tell by this double chin, yeah? Double chin? You see it? Yeah? It's a legit double chin. That's a whole lot of steak and cheese pies. That's bacon, egg muffins. That's probably a few rock stars as well, So I take that money that I would otherwise spend, on things that I shouldn't eat, and I put that into my savings, and I put that into crypto. In other words, it's money that I would spend anyway. I'm not putting my life savings on the line. I still put money in a savings account, right? Even though I get better returns in Bitcoin. In other words, I diversify. I have a diversified portfolio of probably $300-400 at the moment, and the majority of it is cash, and I'm slowly but surely building up the crypto side of it. Okay, and so that's what the new book is going to be about, because I don't want people to get scammed by these crypto fools, and then they get too scared to invest into crypto. Now, bearing in mind when I say the word invest, right? I am not a registered financial advisor or an authorized financial advisor in New Zealand. So in other words, I don't have a license to give financial advice in my country, let alone yours. So do not construe anything that I say as legal financial advice. That would just be wrong, and I wouldn't do that to you. It would be disingenuous and dishonest on my part. But what I can do is tell you what I know, rather like how an expert on gold will tell you what they know about buying and selling gold, or what an art dealer will tell you about buying and selling art. I'm not an advisor, but I do profess to have a certain level of expertise, and I will gladly share that expertise. I'm going to do most of my expertise I will gladly share for free via Facebook and YouTube, and then the rest of it I'm going to be selling. Right? Simple as that. If you have any questions, comments below, bring it. But otherwise, because of the strange, not even bad experience, just strange experience that I have had by a representative of Bitcoin's Aotearoa, I'm going to recommend that people just stay away from it. And I say this without a respect to TK Lewis, because I believe, my interactions with TK Lewis online, you are a gentleman. And I believe that you are a credit to the MLM industry, an industry of which I'm proud to be part of. Even though I don't do much in it, I am proud to be part of the MLM industry, and I am proud to be part of the crypto community online, and I am using cryptocurrency as a way of building my future, and I'd like to share that journey with you guys, so that's why I do what I do, and it's all about the future of me and my family, and because, can't work in a paint shop forever. Anyway, guys, have a great night, and see you later. Bye-bye.